And we're back. We got the supply house dropping off the supplies, 20 footers of PVC and copper tubing, box full of hangers and fittings. Let's get to work, boys. So we're back on the first floor. This is part 2, if I haven't said that already. We're going to start by drilling out the shower valve holes and then the tub holes. So on this one, I just use your basic hole saw Lennox with small teeth, obviously, and then I got the unit bit for the tub spout. And don't worry, when you see me working here again, I'll have the M12 tubing cutter because this job is going to require that. I don't want to, get carpal tunnel over here. I don't get enough forearm workout on the spare time to be doing this thing all day long. You know what I'm saying? So we take out the stem on the Simmons shower valve before we go ahead and throw a torch to her because it does have one little rubber joint at the end of it. We don't want to heat that sucker up. Like I said before, that the homeowner told me they wanted to do this in all sweat. They didn't want PEX, and then they changed it and said I can do press, but I just figured let's keep it sweat and keep the crowd interested, you know what I mean? It's been a long time, and everybody thought that I didn't know how to use a torch, but I think in the last few weeks I've shown you guys that, hey, this guy actually knows how to solder. Maybe he is a plumber and not just a handyman. A good-looking one at that, you know what I mean? So everybody always asks why I use drop ears for the tub spouts, and here is my fight. So I did a 16-unit projects in Boston, and I did tub 90s, right? Tub 90s, yes. And I stubbed out a piece of 1/2-inch copper, and once the tub finish came in, I noticed that the back of the tub spout was a female adapter tight, so I needed to do it in a brass nipple. So I ended up screwing myself. I had to use a 1/2-inch scully bushing on the finish to get that sucker to close in. Luckily, it was the projects and nobody really noticed. I probably should have read the submittals, but we're talking about a residential 16-unit. The submittals probably wouldn't have gotten depth enough to tell me what I needed to use for a tub spout adaptolator. You know what I'm saying? Nonetheless, that's why I use a drop ear. And that is one ProPress fitting right there because I forgot to order sweat male adapters. So I had a ProPress one in the van, of course, and we're rocking with it. So there will be one ProPress joint on this entire job, and that's the one you'll see right there. Not even a drip down the old pipe. Kids still got it. Just had to dust the torch off. Yeah, exactly. So I know a lot of you people are like, oh my God, he crimped that 90. The next guy to go there and take that 90 apart in 75 years is probably going to have a tough time doing it. He's going to be pissed. Nobody should ever have to take this freaking fitting apart, people. I mean, don't waste your time in the comment section talking about how this is going to come apart one day. The next time this happens is a bathroom remodel 30 years from now. And more than likely, the sink will move, and if it doesn't move, you just put new stops on it anyways. Trust me, I've been there. I do it all the time. This is what I do on a daily basis. See those Dougies on the floor? That's how you know I'm a professional. Those are the hold right strip brackets, and you got to solder those. Here's the trick to those suckers, right? You put the heat on the back side. No, excuse me. Put the heat on the front side and pull the solder to the back side, right? I don't even know what I'm saying. Wait a minute. Maybe the edible's kicking in. So you put the heat to the front side and put the solder on the back side. That way you see a perfect circle. There it is. I said it. I had to think about it. I got it out of my mouth. Yikes. That's what your sister said. But we're running around this first floor and getting everything stubbed into the basement, if you haven't noticed so far. That way when we go in the basement, we don't have to come back out and wonder what we're doing. We got the laundry box over here stubbed into the basement. Doing all the copper pipe first, and then we're rocking into the PVC. So we're going to individually vent the shower because of the imaginary plumbing I have in the basement already in my head. I know how this is going to go. We're going to just 3x2Y over to the shower and then look a TY up and pick up the vent. That's my plan. Then we're going to wet vent the toilet with the lav. That's my plan, and I'm sticking to it. Those are stout brackets. They're wider sliders. That's what they're called, wider sliders. I've used a bunch of them. Those seem to be the best one. They're Sioux Chief. They're very sturdy stuff. And the other ones are riser clamps. They're short-eared riser clamps. PVC riser clamps, if you will. And this is a red ring. So if you break it in half, you can actually, when you go to plumb downstairs, you can just tie the flange right into the plumbing and then take the red ring out when you're done so they can slide the tile underneath the ring. And it'll be set to finished floor. I believe our code tells us that our toilet flanges need to be secured to the finished floor. So that red ring is technically not it, but I guess there's a lot of gray areas in the code, and if you want to call it whatever, who cares? Moving on. If you care that much about it, you should probably get a girlfriend. I'm not looking forward to working up the attic because it's been about 100 degrees out, and I think I'm going there tomorrow, unfortunately. So I'll sleep easy knowing that I may pass away tomorrow. Hopefully this was up to everyone's standards. This is all said and done. We got the first floor roughed into the attic and into the basement. We'll see you on part 3 for, I believe, the attic venting.